So the question though is, what would you say are the top 2 tips that you give to people to be successful with the program?
Okay. So I say in the beginning, make it a habit. And I know there was a little discussion about like habits are bad, but I think you have to find your way to make it a part of your life. You have to put it in a part of your day when you can actually do it. If you are trying to do it in the morning, but you're not a morning person, it's not going to happen for you. So it's going to be easiest for you and most successful to you if you do it when it feels right to you and when you have enough time. So definitely knowing yourself enough to know when to do it is the number one tip. And then just doing it. And even if you can't get through your whole menu, or you can't, start top to bottom, you'll be able to feel what feels good to you. Do what you think is most important until you meet with your therapist again. And those would be my top 2 things, because you do know your body and you will find relatively quickly what feels the best. And if you can't do it all, do what feels good for you.
Paul's still frozen. Yeah, I agree with you, Carrie Ann. I think when people ask me that, like even when we're talking on the phone, just introducing what we do, the top 2 things I usually go to is being consistent. So like on the same page as what you were saying, like do it when it works for you. Like you have to figure all that out. And that's part of being consistent with your exercises. And then the second thing is communicating with your therapist, I think is so, so important, because a lot of people are used to a therapy where they're just told what to do, or even like a doctor's visit, the doctor tells you what's wrong with you. The doctor tells you what medicine to take, like you're all constantly being told what to do. And in our process, a huge part of it is the communication of the client telling us what they need. And like, how is this working for you? Does it feel good? Is it the right length? Is it fitting into your schedule? Do you like hate it? Do you love it? All those things are really going to matter. And we won't know unless you tell us. And you're the only person, I tell this to people all the time, you're the only person in your body. You are the only one that can feel what you're feeling. So I need you to tell me. So those are like my top 2 things for sure.
I would definitely agree with those as well. Similar to what you were saying, Lisa, even when I'm talking on the phone with people before they come in, the things that I tell them is consistency is key. You need to make sure you do your menu in order at least once a day, every day. And when they're actually in their appointment, I always ask, what's a reasonable time? Because we can give a menu, anywhere between 20 minutes to 2 hours. But, back in the day, they used to give really long menus and not a lot of people were doing them all the time. So I try to make sure that they understand that it is okay for this to fit into their current lifestyle rather than try to change the whole lifestyle to fit this in, because that will probably work for maybe a week and then they're probably not going to stick closely with it. So just making sure that the sequence that they're doing fits into their lifestyle where they can do it at least once a day. Morning is typically the best time to do the menu. But I also, similar to what you were saying, Carrie Ann, if that doesn't work for you because you have to get the kids out the door, or, you're getting ready for work and you're commuting, or you have to be on an early call because you're dealing with different time zones, and you just got to get in when you can. So if that's at the afternoon for you, that's fine. And then I would also say just communicating in between the sessions. I had one client who would handwrite notes every time she did her menu, take a picture and email it to me. And those are always really good because you actually see what's happening almost on a day-to-day basis. Which exercises are they really liking? Are they saying, oh, this one feels really good? Or like, this one's hard and I totally hate it. Or this one, I felt my hip really, uncomfortably afterwards. So any of that feedback is very much encouraged so that we can make the correct adjustments the next time, either the next time the client comes in the clinic, or if we need to make an adjustment before they come in, that's also fine too. I'll make little menu adjustments in between sessions because if I know it's going on ahead of time, there's no point in waiting a week of you doing an exercise that maybe isn't quite working out, or maybe you can't do it as accurately as we did it in the clinic. So finding a good alternate that you can do, that's totally fine. But I would say those are my top two things to be successful.
Awesome. Well, I think you guys took the top two of mine, which is communication, and then definitely doing your menu daily. And so the one I would maybe add to that is make sure you know why you're doing what you're doing. So that's part of the communication thing. But I remember Pete Egoscue saying one time, like, living hell therapy for him would be people walk out the door, they feel better, but they don't know why. Or they kind of go through their homework, but they don't really know why. So we'd like to pride ourselves in thinking that we get to the why of things, meaning get to the cause or the root of issues that are going on from a musculoskeletal standpoint. So and pride ourselves on educating the clients also, or you, the clients, in terms of like what it is that we're going after, and then matching that up to what you feel or how you feel, or the progress that you're looking for. So that's what I would add to that. Cool. Any parting comments then as we wrap up?
No.
All good?
All good.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. So again, thank you, Carrie Ann, Egoscue Boston, Elisa, Egoscue Beverly Hills, and Lisa in Santa Monica. We will see you all soon.
Bye.
Take care.